puts his hand on you,
Mungu akianza kuweka mkono wake juu yako,
the test that you get,
majaribu yale unapitia,
you not even believe it.
hata wewe mwenyewe utaamini.
One time,
Wakati moja
I told God,
nikamwambia Mungu,
I was staying in a bad place.
nilikuwa nakaa pale pabaya.
And I told God,
Nikamwambia Mungu,
you know, God, you and me, we are not looking good at all in this place.
Mungu, wewe na mimi, angalia hatukai vizuri tukiwa hapa.
Now, I think we better change this kind of lifestyle.
Naomba tubadilishe mtindo huu.
I told God,
Nikamwambia Mungu,
I want you to give me another place.
nataka unipatie pahali pengine.
Surprisingly, he asked me where.
Akaniuliza jambo la ajabu, wapi?
What a good question.
Swali nzuri aje.
I didn't even wait for an answer.
Hata siku ngoja.
I looked for some beautiful, most expensive apartments which are not far from here.
Nikatafuta jumba kizuri hapa, si mbali kutoka hapa.
At the time, they were high note. They were so expensive.
Wakati huo ulikuwa ni ghali sana.
So because God told me, because I told God and God spoke to me.
Kwa sababu nilimwambia Mungu na Mungu akanisungumzia.
So I went to look for those apartments.
Nikajua hizo.
And you know, when you walk into a place like that, walk like you have it together. Don't walk with OES spirit. Walk like you are moving in.
Oh, wakati unapotembea, wacha kutembea kwa kujihurumia, tembea.
So now God,
so nikamwambia
so I started inspecting the apartment and I said, I don't like this fridge, it looks too old. Can you change it when you
nikaanza kwenda pale kupeleleza, nikasema sitaki fridge hii, naomba.
It seems like this bed is overused. I don't want it.
Kitanda kimelaliwa sana.
I looked at the sofas and I said, I don't think I like this couch. You have another one in the store?
Nikaangalia sofa nikamwambia ni kama asipendi hii, kuna zingine.
I inspected the whole place.
Nikapeleleza kila pahali.
So they told me, when are you intending to move in? I said, as soon as possible.
Utaingia lini? Nikamwambia wakati
Tell your neighbor as soon as possible.
Ambia jirani yako wakati wowote.
That night,
usiku huo,
the Lord spoke to me.
Mungu akanisungumzia.
To go to a certain office.
Niende kwa ofisi fulani.
It is in the book, I'll not mention it.
Sitaitaja kwa sababu iko kwa kitabu.
And so I went to that building.
Nikaenda katika chumba hicho.
I don't know whom I've gone to see.
Hata mimi sijui naenda kumuona
nani.
nani.
But I knew that I needed to go to that level, the floor, because that one I had had.
Nilijua tu lazima niende kwenye hapo kwenye kitabu.
Immediately I walked in.
Nilipoingia,
the secretary looked at me and said, "Do you have an appointment?" I said, "Yes."
Mwandishi akaniangalia akasema ulikuwa umeitwa? Nikamwambia ndio.
Thank God she didn't ask me to see who.
Nashukuru Bwana hakuniambia uone nani, muone nani.
But if she did, God would have given me his name.
Kwa sababu kama angeniuliza, Mungu angenipa jina mtu.
So now she said, would you mind to wait for the two people who came before you then? I said, no problem. No, I can wait.
Una shida kuangoja hawa wawili ambao walikutangulia? Nikamwambia sina shida mimi.
I'm sitting there and I'm saying, dear Lord.
Ninaketi hapo nikisema, Bwana.
This one is strange.
Hii ni ya kigeni sijaiona kama hii.
So I was told, you are next.
Nikamwambia ni wewe sasa, ingia.
I walked in.
Nikaingia.
There was a short man.
Kulikuwa na mtu mfupi.
Sitting on this huge desk.
Akikaa kwenye meza hii kubwa.
Red carpet.
Na kapeti nzuri.
He looked at me and asked me, "Are you Teresa?"
Akaniangalia akaniambia, wewe ni Teresa?
He told me.
Aliniona.
Your people walked in before you and they waited for you.
Watu wako walikuja mbele yako na
and they left this envelope for you.
Walikutangulia na ndio hii bahasha.
I looked at the envelope.
Nikaangalia bahasha hiyo.
I gave it to somebody for miracle monies. I have given that envelope away.
Nimepeana bahasha hiyo.
I looked at the envelope.
Nikaangalia hiyo bahasha.
It was engraved on gold ink.
Ilikuwa imeandikwa katika ino ya kidhahabu.
It had the entire rent and deposit for 6 months.
Ilikuwa na rent pamoja na deposit ya miezi 6.
New notes were in the envelope.
Pesa ilikuwa mpya.
I ran to the apartment to pay.
Nikakimbia kulipa.
I paid the apartment.
Nikalipa nyumba hiyo.
And I looked at the apartment and said,
nikaangalia nyumba
look what the Lord has done.
Angalia vile Bwana amefanya.
God, we will look so good here together.
Bwana, mimi na wewe tutakaa vizuri
hapa. When I moved into the apartment, I moved with God.
Niliingia na Mungu.
Listen.
Skiza.
When the money was finished,
wakati pesa iliisha,
you cannot believe God sent me to the same office.
utaamini Mungu alinituma kwa ile ofisi ile ile.
Look at your neighbor and tell them there is a refilling in the house.
Mwambie kuna mjazo tena katika nyumba.
God is going to refill something
Mungu
today.
ataenda kuijaza tena kitu.
You may have an empty vessel, but God prepare it because there's going to be a refilling.
Unaweza kuwa na chombo ambacho ni tupu.
Oh, you don't know what I'm talking
anakijaza,
about.
anakijaza.
You will have a refilling in that.
Utapata mjazo tena.
So God sent me to the same office.
Mungu akanituma kwa hiyo ofisi tu.
This time I went with my shoulders out.
Sasa nimeenda niko juu.
So the secretary looked at me.
Secretary akaniangalia
and said, "You can walk in."
Akaniambia unaweza ingia.
I walked in.
Nikaingia.
The man was furious.
Huyo jamaa
He looked at me and said, "Do you understand I'm the MD of this company?"
Akaniambia ujui mimi ni mkurugenzi mkuu wa kampuni fulani.
Why do you send those Arabs here? They come here the way they look proud with white garment. Who cares?
Kwa nini unatuma Waarabu hapo wanakuja na kanzu nyeupe?
You send 3 people, Arabs, to bring you money, to bring you envelopes here. Am I a messenger?
Kukuletea hapa pesa. Kwani mimi
I said, stop it, give me my envelope.
Nikamwambia wewe acha nipatie bahasha yangu.
As I walked out,
nilipotoka,
the Holy Spirit asked me,
Roho Mtakatifu
do you
akaniuliza,
know any Arab?
wewe unajua Mwarabu yeyote?
The angels of God.
Malaika.
The angels of God.
Malaika.
Oh, you didn't hear what I said. If God cannot trust people with your money, He can send an angel to bring you the envelope.
I
don't know if I'm talking to somebody here today.
Hallelujah.
You may be disgusted, you may be broke, but I want to speak today. There is a refilling miracle. I'm saying today, there is an angel who can be trusted with your money. Make a shout and give God a praise. Okay. My daughter whom Prophet Cindy and Mike, they have hosted her in their home. My daughter was going to an American school. And it was a missionary school. At the time, Rosalind Academy was just a missionary school. And they didn't take children who are locally from Kenya because it was missionary school. The school was started in 1930s by the Mennonite missionaries. So my daughter was in that school. And when my life fell apart, so I did not know the school. We used to pay school fees in dollars. Not in Kenyan shillings. Now my daughter is in the school. I don't know what to do. What? Just in between, I had a major crusade in Nakuru. And when I was in that crusade, the Lord spoke to me. Tomorrow morning, Monday, go and empty your account. Set up everything and give to a certain pastor. That pastor has now gone home to be with the Lord. So I obeyed God. But I decided to call and check out the pastor that I was supposed to give the money. When I called the pastor, I for sure thought it was wrong address. The testimony, we have seen God. And I'm thinking, God, you are telling me to give somebody who is so blessed money? But I did. After I gave him the money, he told me, I had not paid my rent. And I was going, they gave me a notice that they were going to throw me out this week. And then I asked him, why are you giving me such a fiery testimony? How blessed you are.
Kwa nini unanipatia ushuhuda kama huo? Umebarikiwa aje?
And you know,
mnajua
when I gave that money,
nilipotoa hizo pesa
in my account,
katika
on Tuesday,
Jumanne,
Tuesday is the day after Monday,
baada ya Jumatatu,
I receive a call from Rosary Academy.
Nikapokea simu kutoka shule hiyo.
And the school said,
na hiyo shule ya mtoto wangu akaniambia,
somebody who does not want to be identified,
mtu ambaye hakutaka kutambuliwa,
has paid Catherine school fees until she graduates.
Amelipa.
Oh, come on, somebody.
hadi ahitimu.
Listen to me, you single mothers. God is about to do a miracle. God can never fail. God is not a man. My daughter graduated, and she was among the first students to get university in Nyack, that is New York upstate,
na akakuwa kwanza kupata chuo kikuu hapo
without me paying one coin.
Bila kulipa hata nduru.
Give somebody high five, tell them it's paid for. Come on, look at somebody who wants to talk and tell them it's paid for. It's paid for. All you need to do is to connect, because the fire from the rock,
moto kutoka kwa mwamba,
is here.
Uko hapa.
Sit down, let's finish.